There's many people out there that deal with anger issues, and a bad temper is really a characteristic of our old nature. The Bible teaches in Ephesians chapter 4, verses 26 and 27, it says, "Be ye angry, and sin not. Let not the sun go down upon your wrath, neither give place to the devil." I don't know about you, but if I'm angry about something, I'll just be honest. When I go to bed and lay my head down, I can't go to sleep. If I'm upset about something, I've got to get that air cleared. But this passage here, it's gleaned from the Old Testament, from where King David talks about the same thing over in Psalm chapter 4 and verse number 4. The Bible is not saying here that you should not feel angry, but it's more specifically talking about how we are to handle anger in our own individual lives. In other words, don't sin by letting your anger gain control over you. Don't let the sun go down and remain angry, as it really gives a foothold to the devil. If you go to bed like that, you're probably going to get up the next morning on the wrong side of the bed. We all have different emotions in our lives that we're capable of experiencing, and we deal with emotions in different ways. Everybody does. Proverbs teaches us over in chapter 25 and verse 28 that a person who has no rule over his own spirit is like a city with broken down walls. Friend, if we manage our anger correctly, I want you to know this, it can be an asset instead of a liability. We may not be able to avoid anger, but we need to learn to control our anger. And so here's what we need to learn as Christians. God wants us free from any anger that would hinder our Christian walk or testimony. If we're going to reflect the light of Jesus, then we have to reflect that through our attitudes, our character, our life, our speech, and even our actions. Let's let God handle our anger. Friend, lay it at the feet of Jesus. When you get upset about something, take it to the feet of Jesus. Surrender it to Him. Whatever it is that you're dealing with in your life, whenever that comes about, whether it be now or later on in the future, give it to Jesus. If you're holding on to some anger from the past, give that to Jesus. Don't let the devil have a foothold. I love you. I'm praying for you. We'll see you in Wednesday's Nugget. Have a blessed Tuesday.